Welcome to this week's bonus video where once again we have an Eternal Format video for you. Doing a little bit of Eternal Format takeover prior to starting our testing for Prismatic Evolutions. We want to see Prismatic Evolutions come out a little bit more before we start touching those decks. Right now we still haven't seen very much of Terrestrial Festival, and so we want to wait just a bit before we start testing. This is a bonus video for Eternal Format, however. You're going to be watching Banette versus Zacian V. If you did not see Zacian V, this is Turbo Zacian V. This is actually the exact same deck list we had on Monday. On Monday, it was up against another first draft deck, which was Sarala GX. If you did not catch that, I would still watch that. However, I will state for the record that weakness really mattered in that matchup. It mattered a lot. But let's see how it matters in this matchup. This is, of course, not a weakness matchup, so we'll see how this comes together.
Heads or tails?
I'm gonna go tails.
That's tails, so you get to choose.
I will go first.
Sounds good.
You're gonna think, oh yeah, I'm not playing this option to go around.
Actually, that's
Son of a bitch.
it's actually pretty good.
Such an awful start.
It's actually a decent start for me, believe it or not.
About as bad of a start as that could have. It's like honestly worthy of starting over.
Really? Okay. Ooh, okay, yeah, that is a bad start. No. You have got to be kidding me. No. I'll play that. I've concealed cards. I will definitely squawk and seize. Hold on.
You can't put anyway.
No, I cannot. Research.
I take it you're missing both the elixirs and the saucers. That was happening to me a lot too.
Intrepid sword.
Draw for turn. I know.
How bad was your hand?
Entirely unplayable.
Entirely unplayable? Oh my god. Mm. Oh god. But an entire play, I only got two metal into the discard.
Pass.
Oh my god. Do that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you still have knockout on the Lapras. So.
I mean, yeah. I will conceal courage. I will attach for turn here. There. Actually, no. I won't grab that. I'll grab that.
So with those watching with Max Elixir, you do have to get the basic energy. You can't get the special energies. Obviously, Metal Saucer lets you get either, but because the special metal energy in this case is still a metal energy even in the discard pile.
That sucks.
That was your Pokestop?
That was my Pokestop.
That's beautiful.
Well, whatever. I wish it wasn't that, but whatever. I will retreat.
Mm-hmm.
And then just Brave Blade for the knockout. Oh, that's beautiful. That's actually beautiful.
Draw for turn. Jacques. Hmm. I just had a thought. I have an auto win against you. I could go for it now and just delay the inevitable. Or I could play it out as a smart person. I think I'm play it safe. So the problem I have is I could go for discussing pollen Vileplume
I mean,
instead of allergy flower. And this would basically immediately win me the game. But this would be funnier.
true.
The problem I have is I can't attack you. I don't have the energy.
Okay.
And no matter what, I'm not going to get it this turn.
Okay.
So the question remains, do I just item lock you, or do I actually force you to deal with the Vileplume somehow, which I don't think you can actually do.
That is your choice to call. That is your call, honestly. Because I have already wasted, let's see how many items I've done. 1, 2, 3.
So for the viewers at home, discussing pollen is an ability that says as long as this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, your opponent's basic Pokemon can't attack. Turbo Zacian V is nothing but basic Pokemon. And none of these basic Pokemon have attacks that do shred effect, which basically means cut through stuff like that. Which would mean the second this Vileplume comes to the active spot, that's it. It's game.
Potentially, yes, game.
Yeah, because even if you knock out the Banette, which you probably will do, the Vileplume's going to become active at some point, and I won't put anything else down. So it'll just be game. So I think I was going to go with that, and then wait. That's not good.
So you're choosing that Vileplume and the Banette.
Yes.
So what's that doing?
Huh?
What's that doing?
This is Vileplume. That's Banette.
But you put the other one in the hand. Oh, okay.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
Oh, that's not my deck. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay.
That's what I was trying to like. What is happening here?
I have no idea.
You only get 2.
Oh, did I put the wrong card back in the deck? Is that what happened? No, it's still there.
Okay, no.
No. It's good.
Because you only put that Vileplume on top of the deck, so.
No. Because there was another card I was messing with in my hand, and I was thinking I might have actually put it there instead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for the record, that card was a rare candy, which is why I was like,
yeah,
it's not that card.
So I can't play any items.
Nope, that is not what that card does, sir.
Oh, it prevents basics. Oh, that is game.
Did I double supporter?
No. You only dropped.
I don't know, it was last turn.
Yeah, I know it was last turn.
That's all I can do then. Pass.
So that prevents basic Pokemon from attacking?
If it's in the active spot, yes. Your attachment for turn?
Yep.
Okay. Max Elixir, looking at the top 6, finding a basic energy there. Going to be a basic metal, if anything. Touching it, that's going to be a whiff.
Go for retreat. Brave Blade for 230.
Okay. Which means Banette has 20 HP left.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Eternal Darkness for 30 and your item locked. So for those who are watching, Brave Blade is going to require him to need to retreat in order to attack again this turn. So he will have to either pay the attack or the retreat cost rather, which is 2 metal, or find another switching out. Unfortunately for him, if he tries to find something like a Guzma, he's just going to pull the Vileplume to the active spot and lock himself anyway.
Fortunately, that's what I'm in predicament.
But he's going to be locked pretty much no matter what.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just going to Intrepid Sword then, or what?
Yeah, Intrepid Sword.
Okay. Draw for turn. Lucamine for Iono and Jacques. That's to you.
Pokestop.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, deck yourself out. Wait, why did you just throw those cards in discard? I was going to say, that's up one at the very least is not a card that goes in discard.
No, but I'm like,
I mean, you're not item locked this turn at least?
I mean, no, but at the same time, I'm still screwed. Turn.
Turn. Where's the answer search?
Oh, now you decide to play that. Okay. Oh, that's just not fair. That's just not fair. That is
Well, how is it not fair?
fair. I think you misplayed in one of on Monday's Eternal videos
How's that?
when you fobbed away your own tool.
I had to.
You can't do that.
Really?
Really, on your opponent's Pokemon.
That's the worst thing I can play.
Not any Pokemon.
Oh, you're right.
Opponent's Pokemon. So
I'm thinking it wouldn't have worked anyway.
It would not have worked anyway.
That's a call. Yeah.
So, okay.
That's you. I'm thinking Field Blower, which you can do.
Turn. I'm not even gonna I'm not gonna make myself.
You don't want to help yourself?
No. I have 4 cards left. I know you have an Iono in hand.
Mm-hmm. Keep going, sir. Let me feel it.
Pass.
Draw for turn. Pass.
Versus Secret for Guzma. Give me Banette.
Okay.
Brave Blade for knockout.
Sure. Turn. Pass. Appreciate the enthusiasm.
Pass.
Turn. Pass. Sure. You're just delaying the inevitable.
I know I'm delaying the inevitable. I was like, I need to do something. Pass.
Draft turn. Pass.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna Pokey style 1, 2, 3. I'm not even gonna bother.
Put them in your hand.
Research.
Oh, you're going the Christian route.
I'm gonna do a Christian run. Yeah, I'm just gonna be dramatic about that. Yes, and pass.
Game.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. That's been. All right. Let's look at these deck lists. Let's look. So up first here we have Eternal's version of Turbo Zacian V, and how do you think it did?
I did overall pretty good. Unfortunately, because of going up against the dreaded Vileplume and my opponent not playing any more other Pokemon other than Vileplume, that's just an auto loss for me. But at the same time, overall it did pretty well, and I did ditch a lot of good resources, like one Metal Saucer that I wasn't able to use. But overall, I did pretty well considering how this deck turned out. Turn 1 for me going second.
I think you did pretty well in terms of setup. I do think me remembering that I have an auto win in this matchup halfway through the game was probably a little much.
I mean,
yeah. I picked this deck because it wasn't weakness like Monday's video, but it didn't end up mattering because it shut down Zacian anyway.
Like completely. So yeah, unless of course if we wanted to include a
well, there are shred Pokemon that could get through it.
Yeah.
I remember there being some sort of Pokemon. I thought it was Aegislash, but I guess that's not. That does have shred. I was thinking maybe. Yeah, Aegislash V would get through it. The attack damage is 130, but that Vileplume has how much? 140?
Yeah.
So the attack damage on there would be plenty if you had one of your Delmais out.
Yeah, which would immediately I would have set up for because again
you'd have had to, and if you tried setting it up and couldn't get it all in one turn, I would have to immediately go chasing after it. So I think probably that's an argument for Delmais, or not Delmais, but Zacian V running a copy of Aegislash-V alongside it, because clearly the EX is just not enough.
Yeah.
And the EX is really good. Aegislash-EX is really good for dealing with special energy decks, or can be good at least dealing with special energy decks, but it wouldn't have worked in this case.
How much HP does the Aegislash-V have? 210.
210, which is pretty decent. It does end up being another Pokemon that you don't really want to start, but
yeah,
it is what it is.
Well, at least with Floatstone, it could be a good retreat cost.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Floatstone makes it a little bit more reasonable. And then we have the version of Banette Vileplume. This is a slightly updated version of Banette Vileplume from the one we saw last week on First Drafts. So Banette obviously lost all of its access to Green's Exploration, which made it have to really kind of change up how it's built. I do think the deck is still a slow deck, but thanks to resources that like these different Vileplumes that it runs, I think Vileplume is fine, or Banette Vileplume at least is fine being slow because it very much forces its opponent to try to play at its speed. It has really cool effects like the fighting type Baltoy, the water type Oddish that help it get those cards set up in matchups where you have access to Brooklet Hill. And of course, they can always be found by something like Artisan. And then you always have your fog crystals to find the other Oddish and the one Baltoy that's psychic type. So you have outs, and then Banette does a crap ton of damage if you're item locking your opponent because your opponent's going to struggle to cut their hand down most of the time. Like you play all you can, just put cards at the bottom of your deck if you have a lot. But there's really only so much you can do before it just kind of becomes a problem.
Yeah.
So
Then if you're going turbo, you're essentially just trying to dump as much resources that without wasting them, of course, to basically make sure your hand size is decent, but not full of like items, trainers, tools, and whatnot going forward for Banette EX.
which is funny because Zacian as a deck can't really thin itself down. It doesn't have access to Claydol like a lot of decks do, and so it just kind of has to pray that it can ditch its tools and items and such, which is funny because it really can't.
Yeah.
It's such a turbo deck that it's basically all it's built on.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting but devastating matchup. I think even with Aegis/V, it would be a problem. Banette would no longer have the Burning Shadows Vileplume as an auto win option.
Yeah.
But I think Banette would still have a very good time against Zacian because of how item heavy that deck is.
I mean, sure, yes.
Because United Wing is the only reason it really stands a chance against Banette Vileplume is it's a single prizer.
Yeah.
Zacian doesn't have that
No,
going for it,
does not.
so it does have to actually fight for its life, basically.
Yep.
And-
With basically just 220 of its original HP. It doesn't get any enhancements, unfortunately, because we've already included the swords.
We do. It does have a slight reduction with the metal energy, the special metal energy,
Yeah.
but that doesn't seem to make much of a difference
Against.
when it's getting slapped around anyway.
Yeah.
But that is it for today's bonus video. Hopefully you enjoyed that. It was a bit of a fun one. Definitely fun watching a deck just shut down after one card gets played.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's always fun. And we will see you on Saturday for, assuming we see a decent number of new reveals, assuming that is the case, we may actually have our first stream for Prismatic Evolutions. If not, we'll have some more Eternal Goodness, and we'll start it next week instead. But that's all for today. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.